I thought healthy eating meant I had to cut out all the foods I love, like wine and pasta. But it turns out I didn't have to give them up. I just had to change how I approached them. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how I found balance with the foods I love and how you can do the same thing without guilt, rules, restrictions, or fad huge diets. My thing is wine and pasta. Yours might be chocolate or ice cream or all the bread rolls at the Italian restaurant or homemade desserts in your grandmother's cookbook. The point is, we all have these foods that we love that we think we have to give up in order to be healthy. And I'm here to tell you, you definitely don't. I'm not drinking a bottle of wine every single night. I'm not eating pasta 3 days a week. But I don't have to fear those foods anymore. I can enjoy them intentionally. And I'm going to teach you how you can do the same. If you're new here, my name is Shelley. I'm a certified nutrition chef that helps you take very small steps that are so doable to help you eat and cook healthier. Everything I teach revolves around an anti-inflammatory diet, and I'm here to show you simple tips, actionable steps that you can take in your own kitchen, in your meal planning, in your recipe development to help you feel better by reducing the inflammation in your body. Okay, back to the topic of today. So here's my philosophy. At home, when I am making food to put on the table, I focus on anti-inflammatory cooking. I use ingredients that reduce inflammation. I don't use ingredients that cause inflammation. I'm very intentional with my recipes at home. I don't make pasta a lot, but if I do make pasta, I use gluten-free pasta from brands like Jovial. They use brown rice to make their pasta. But are we eating it 5 nights a week? No. But if I have a craving for pasta and we're at home, there are healthier options. I just choose better brands that have good ingredients in them. Then when I eat out, which is applying my 80-20 rule, which you can watch in my last week's video, I really like to just splurge and eat whatever the restaurant is going to provide me. But again, I'm not going to an Italian restaurant and eating that pasta I love 4 nights a week. This is where really learning how to read a food label on the foods that you're buying, the foods that you're putting in your pantry, the foods that you're stocking in your fridge. This is where learning how to read a food label properly really comes in handy. In my opinion, this is where your health begins because every product has ingredients, and those ingredients are either making you sick or they're healing you, one of the two. And if you really want to learn how to properly read a food label, stick around. I'll tell you more at the end of this video. So I talked about how I find a little bit of balance in having the food that I want, which mine is pasta. I've learned at home how to reduce it by not eating it all the time. And 2, when I do make it, I use a really good quality ingredient. But now let's talk about what does it look like when I'm eating out. When I'm eating out, I enjoy the pasta. I don't ask for gluten-free everything. I will on occasion if they have it. And I don't want to have to be high maintenance and explain my order to waiters. I just know when I'm eating out, which is not very often, I get to indulge and enjoy the food that the restaurant is providing for me. So I don't have stress, shame, or guilt when I am eating out. Because what matters most is how you're eating the majority of the time. Again, this goes back to my 80-20 rule, which you can watch in my video from last week. Balance is not about being perfect. It's not about taking and getting rid of all the foods you love. It's about being consistent and flexible at the same time. You can have those foods you love in moderation. And when you're not eating those, make sure that you're picking nourishing anti-inflammatory meals. You're not having to binge on unhealthy foods all weekend long because you're not restricting yourself during the week. This, my friend, is called food freedom. Your version of pasta and wine might be chocolate and ice cream, or maybe it's margaritas and tacos. And guess what? That's okay. You know, oftentimes when we're out eating with friends and family, they'll eat something unhealthy and then they'll turn to me, look at me, and then say, I know, Shelley, this isn't healthy. Don't look at my plate. It's not about that. It's about how are we stocking our kitchens and our pantries when we do cook at home, so we can completely nourish our body during that 80% of our life. Here's a few tips on finding the balance when you do decide to indulge in some things and you do want to also eat healthy. Cut back on your frequency and/or your portion size. So instead of eating that something that you like, let's say it's ice cream, and you're used to eating half a pint of ice cream at night after dinner, maybe indulge once a week. Maybe just indulge, say Wednesday's my night or Friday is my night. I'm gonna have the ice cream guilt-free and I'm going to enjoy it, but I'm not gonna eat half a pint. I'm gonna take a portion out of that and put it in a bowl, and that's all I'm gonna have. Not everything has to go. And the second tip is find better versions of the food you like. Let's go back to the ice cream example. If you love ice cream, what if you find just a better brand that doesn't use full-fat dairy? What if you find one that uses coconut milk? There are some delicious dairy-free ice creams out there, and this isn't about the ice cream, but I'm using it as an example. My third tip would be stay consistent at home so the splurges that you make, they don't derail you. They don't get you off the rails. It's a way for you to still enjoy the food, but you're easily back on track while you're at home. There's no shame in enjoying your life. One of the most beautiful things that we enjoy in life as a human being is food. The more you understand your body and what it needs, the easier it becomes to make those little tiny swaps that create big, healthy change. If this spoke to you and you're ready to learn how to read labels, feel empowered when you do your grocery shopping, make smarter swaps, and still actually love what's on the plate, you'll love the Healthy Hub. The Healthy Hub is my online community where 3,000 plus members are all supporting each other. We do fun little challenges. I offer tips and daily posts to keep you motivated on how you too can go down a path of food freedom. The link to join the Healthy Hub is in the description below. We will welcome you with open arms. I gotta go, but I have one question for you before I do. What is on your fork? I'll see you next week. Bye for now.